TIFU asking a Twitch streamer how their dad is doing. TIFU asking how someone's dad is doing. Basically, I follow this YouTuber who makes vids with his dad. This particular YouTuber also streams. I noticed they stopped posting vids and sometimes go on hiatus, so I thought nothing of it. Today the YouTuber was streaming on Twitch, so I joined. I love this guy's content he makes with his dad. Literally, they got me through so many tough times, including the pandemic. I asked in chat, "How's your dad doing?" Quote, "Because his dad stopped streaming on YouTube. I loved Buddha's place." Instantly I get bombarded with hate and disgust from the chat. People calling me asshole, telling me I'm scum of the earth and insensitive as fuck. I genuinely at this point didn't know what I did. All the commotion in chat got the streamer's attention. And Nick, the guy streaming, almost started tearing up. One of my favorite YouTubers called me out by name. I got banned from chat before I could even say sorry or before I even knew why I was banned. Turns out his dad passed away. I can understand how my comment was seen as insensitive. But truly it came from a place of love. I mean seriously, I love these guys, so I'm gonna shout them out as well. Buckethead Nation on YouTube. Nick, if you ever see this, just know I am deeply sorry about your loss. I love you and your channel and all the content you produce. I also think it's neat we share the same name. TLDR, his dad is gone and I'm an asshole even though I genuinely had no idea. Veg. I work in retail. We always used to have these two sisters who came shopping together. One time only one of the sisters came into the store and I asked how her sister was. Dead. I never saw the sister again. Please don't feel bad. I think they reacted poorly. We had a streamer friend. We'll call him T, who passed away last year. He and his roommate, Jay, are both streamers on Twitch. And Jay had a viewer meetup back in October where we met both of them. T passed away suddenly at the beginning of December. Jay continued streaming to distract himself, although you could tell he was hurting. The day after the funeral, someone came into Jay's chat and did pretty much the same thing as you. Asked how T was doing. Said he hadn't heard from him in a while. Chatter wasn't a big part of the community, so a few people in chat started to think he was trolling. But the streamer was able to calmly explain the situation and even laughed about it. He also cried a little bit. But he understood the chatter was being genuine and they weren't banned. Chatter apologized like 50 times and felt awful about it. At the end of the day, if you're a streamer who regularly brings someone else onto your streams and that other person passes away, you're going to have to expect something like this. People may not be following you on other platforms or were just busy and didn't see you talk about it. The mods could have reached out to you privately as well to make sure you weren't trolling. It seems awful to me to insta-ban someone who not only clearly doesn't know, but who may be sad to hear the news as well. I would reach out to the mods and possibly the streamer as well if you haven't already. And if they maintain your ban, I think that's pretty shitty of them. That's just my opinion. Hope you feel better op. Buckethead Nation's dad passed? Aw man, that's terrible. I did something similar this week. I was texting my best friend a few days ago and I saw that she had mentioned her mum had gone. I asked her where she was. Her mum took frequent holidays. Turns out her mum died last month and she hadn't told anyone yet. When I was a young teen, I was picked up by a relative to have a sleepover with their kids. They are like my third cousins. But I loved visiting. They had a son my age and they always got me cool Star Wars related gifts. This one time I'm in the car with them and I'm bubbly and excited and I said, I hope Raul is home. This weekend, Raul was an older teen boy. We were like 13, he was 17, he was their next door neighbor. And we would organize LAN parties with him or other neighborhood games. He was generally well Regarded, and in hindsight it was cool he would make time to play with us. Anyway, as soon as I said that, it got deathly quiet in the car and they all looked horrified at me. Except the mom, who was just confused. Then she pulled the car over to the curb and with a very patient and soft tone she said, "Oh honey. No one told you?" Quote. She proceeded to tell me that Raul had been picking up his sister from an after-school activity and he and his sister were both killed by a drunk driver at 4 p.m. about 3 weeks prior. That moment will stay with me till the day I die. I debated changing Raul's name in the story, but he deserves to be remembered. All that is to say, my heart goes out to you, because at that moment I experienced the loss of a friend, the scorn of my other friend and playmate, and the guilt of somehow not knowing, even though there was no way for me to know. It annoys me how people always assume the worst. Like, seriously? There are way more caring people than assholes out there. Especially on channels. Instantly I get bombarded with hate and disgust from the chat. People calling me asshole, telling me I'm scum of the earth and insensitive as fuck. Nah. You didn't fuck up. They fucked up not understanding that not everyone is up to date on the streamer's life. It's a genuine question. You gave no impression of trolling otherwise. So it should have been more of a, oof. Streamer's dad passed away. That's a bit of a sore subject. So many ways the moderators could have handled that better. I'm sorry that happened. That really sucks. I get why people might have thought you were just being a dick, but they should have realized that not everyone keeps up with all the news about different YouTubers. I just googled Buckethead Nation and realized that I've actually watched some of their vids before. Super sad. It's up to you. But I think if I were in your shoes, I'd try to contact the guy to give an apology. Not saying you did anything wrong. But I think if he saw that, you'd both feel better about the situation. Don't beat yourself up about it though. Unfortunately, the news would have been broken out on another platform or in an earlier stream. Usually Twitter, Discord, Reddit or Facebook. So unless you follow everything, you won't ever know it all. And quite frankly, it'd be quite hard to follow every YouTuber, streamer to that extent without giving up your life. Everything is about intent. You had no idea, so you meant no harm. I think it's an unfortunate reaction from others, but an emotive topic that people will respond to. Unlucky on the bad timing. You didn't fuck up by asking. The others were assholes for responding to your question that way. Appeal your ban and explain what you meant. If the streamer comes around to read it, he will probably unban you and understand your intention. This is the typical behavior of the internet mob. People online are always making assumptions about others based on one comment, tweet, etc. They assumed you knew his father had passed away, then assumed you were being an insensitive dick. Which ironically is the exact opposite of what you were doing. And attacked you for it and then got you kicked out. I'll bet they all celebrated for getting rid of the bad person. I'm sorry this happened to you. Appeal the ban on Twitch. Explain that you didn't know his dad had passed away and that you weren't trying to troll. And they may reverse your ban. Hold on, no way, I used to watch Buckethead Nation all the time. I can't believe the dad is gone. RIP. It's dumb that people get this way. OMG. You're so insensitive. Quote. Really? Do you expect me to follow a person's life to the letter? Do you expect me to know every single thing that happens to them? Of course I'm not gonna know everything. It's like with Markiplier, the YouTuber. I don't follow him religiously, but I do enjoy some of his videos about games that I'm interested in or could be interested in. I also listen to his podcast with his friends. I can gather Markiplier's dad is out of the picture. I'm assuming he died. Because Markiplier loves him a lot but always talks about him past tense. Literally no idea what happened or when, but if I were to ask I'd be expected to know exactly what happened, as if Markiplier was my brother or something. How can you be an asshole for not knowing something? The internet is a very cruel mistress. My grandpa used to have a routine where every week he ate at a restaurant for breakfast, then got a massage nearby. He was a regular, so the women that were his servers or spa attendants knew and loved him. He passed from COVID in 2020. But while I was visiting for the holidays, I wanted to follow his routine, as I would occasionally have breakfast with him at his spot when I was in town. I scheduled a facial at the same spa he frequented, and while I was there, the woman working on my face was making small talk, and I brought up how I was visiting, and since I always made a point to visit my grandpa first thing when I got in town, since he passed away, the routine has changed to visiting his gravesite and finding time to eat at his table. Turns out, she was one of his estheticians who had worked on him for 15 years, and we spent my session talking about how he was such a great man and all the women at the spa missed him. It was kind of emotional but very sweet to be able to share memories of someone I loved with a random stranger who had their lives touched by him as well. I used to make yo mama jokes with my close friend group. Well, one of my friend's mom passed away, and we helped him get through that. A few months after, we were gaming and he said something and I just replied, "Yo mama," without thinking. Chat went dead silent and I could feel my face turn beet red. I started trying to apologize and just started stammering. Then everyone burst out laughing at what an idiot I was, and he took it pretty well. Still wake up at night and shudder about it. I have never told another yo mama jokes again. I knew it was Buckethead Nation by the title. Rip Pops. Fuck cancer.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.